Today we're going to learn how to crochet this beautifully textured border. If you would like to follow along to the free written pattern, that is going to be linked down in the description box below. Alright, let's get directly into this tutorial. This pattern is worked in multiples of 8 plus 2. Some examples of that would be 42, 50, 58, and so on. To start row number 1, we're going to single crochet into the second chain from the hook. So this would be 1, 2. And we're going to single crochet in each chain stitch all the way across. So pause your video here and continue with those single crochets. We made it to the end of row number 1, and you should have one less stitch than your starting chain. For example, if you chained 42, you now have 41. 50, you have 49, and if you chained 58, you have 57. All right, to start row number 2, we are going to chain 1, turn your work, and we're just going to single crochet in each stitch all the way across. So pause your video here and continue placing single crochets into each stitch. We've made it to the end of row number 2, and we're going to chain 1 to start row number 3. So let's turn our work. We're going to half double crochet into this very first stitch right here. Now we're going to skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and then to the next stitch we're going to place 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. So we skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and then to that fourth one, let's start with those 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, chain 2, 1, 2, 3 double crochets back into the same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to skip 3 stitches and half double crochet into the next. So 1, 2, 3. Let's half double crochet into this next stitch. Now begins our pattern repeat. I'm going to write it above and we'll follow along together. So we're going to skip 3 stitches, and into the next stitch we're going to place 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, then skip 3 stitches and half double crochet into the next. Alright, I'll work it with you. So skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet into the next. So this is 1 double crochet, 2, 3, chain 2, 1, 2, 3 double crochets back into the same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. Now skip 3 stitches and half double crochet into the next. 1, 2, 3, and we'll half double crochet into that next stitch. That is going to be our pattern repeat all the way across. I'll read it one more time. Skip the next 3 stitches, and the next stitch 3 DC, chain 2, 3 DC, then skip 3 stitches and half double crochet into the next stitch. We're going to repeat that all the way across, and I'll meet you at the other side. We've almost made it to the end of row number 3, and this is what your work should look like. And I saved the last stitch for us to do together. So we're going to skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and put a half double crochet into that very last stitch. To finish off with row number 4, we are going to chain 1 and turn your work. We're going to single crochet into that very first stitch right here. For this row, we're going to be working in the front loops only. Alright, so now we're going to front loop single crochet into the next 3 stitches. Front loop only. 1, 2, and 3. Now you've made it to the center chain 2 space. In the chain 2 space, we're going to do a single crochet, picot, single crochet. So let's single crochet into that chain 2 space. Let's work the picot stitch. By doing that, you're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and insert your hook back into that base part of your single crochet. Can you see how there's 2 bars for your single crochet? We're going to go through both of those 2 bars here to complete that picot stitch. Yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on the hook, and that is your picot stitch. Now single crochet back into that chain 2 space. Now you're going to front loop single crochet into the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Can you see how it made a nice little peak right there? And we're going to put peaks on all of these. So now begins our pattern repeat. I'm going to write it above. We are going to skip the next stitch, front loop single crochet into the next 3 stitches. Then we're going to single crochet, picot, single crochet into the next chain 2 space, followed by front loop single crochet into the next 3 stitches. I know that's a lot, but don't worry, I'm going to work it with you. Alright, so first we are going to skip this next stitch. If you can see, skip this next stitch right here, and front loop single crochet into the next 3. 1, 2, 3. We made it to the top of the hill, which is the chain 2 space, and we're going to work this next one, which is a single crochet, picot, single crochet into the chain 2 space. So let's do that first single crochet, chain 2, 1, 2 to create this picot. Go through the bars on your single crochet that you just previously made. Here's a bar and here's a bar. We'll go through both of those, yarn over, and you should have 3 loops on your hook. But mine's kind of split a little bit. And yarn over and pull through all 3 of those loops to complete your picot stitch. And single crochet back into that same chain 2 space. Now let's work our way back down the hill with 3 front loop single crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And that completes that pattern repeat. I'm going to show you one more time. We are going to skip this next stitch because we're at the very bottom of the hill, and front loop single crochet into the next 3 stitches. I'm going to be working a little bit faster. So front loop single crochet, 1, 2, and 3. We made it to the top of the hill, which is the chain 2 space, and we're going to work single crochet, picot, single crochet. So here's the first single crochet. Let's work the picot stitch. 1, 2. You remember, you go through the bars, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through all 3. And single crochet back into that same space. Now we are going to front loop single crochet into the next 3 stitches. So front loop. Let me see if I can get that again. Front loop. 1, 2, and 3. So pause your video here, Continue with that pattern repeat. I write it above. And if you need help, I'll also put a timestamp to help you make it through it. Alright, so pause your video here and I'll meet you at the very end of this row. We made it to the very last stitch of row number 4, and in the very last stitch you should just place one normal single crochet. Then you can fasten off your work. If you enjoyed this stitch pattern, please make sure you check out all my other stitch patterns, and I'll see you all on the very next video. Bye guys!